Hi everybody, it's Dr. Amanda White here, and today I have a really special guest that we're interviewing to talk about traditional Chinese medicine. So Adam is from our School of Traditional Chinese Medicine here at UTS. If you didn't know we had one, we do. The reason I wanted to talk to Adam today is about the topic of acupressure. So I don't know, you might have heard maybe about acupuncture, but acupressure is something that you can actually do on yourself. So Adam, how exactly does acupressure work?
There are over 300 acupuncture points in the body, and while it would take too long to tell you about them all today, there are several which have been used for centuries to reduce stress and anxiety.
Well, certainly stress and anxiety is something I know that my students have during exams. All students will have during exams. So if they can relieve some of that stress and anxiety in the actual exam itself or when they're studying, then hopefully that'll be a good thing.
Yes, absolutely. And I know many Chinese medicine students during exam time have been seen rubbing these particular acupressure points. So if it works for us, then it can work for anybody.
So how exactly do we activate these acupressure points within ourselves?
Well, in Chinese medicine, we view substances such as qi and blood as imperative to well-being. When there's a blockage in the body, or when there's an imbalance of these substances, it results in pain, headaches, illness, colds and flu, and many other symptoms. So we need to try and move those blockages to bring harmony back to the body. A very simple way of moving that blockage is to find an acupuncture point, and you can simply apply static pressure, or you can gently massage the point until that point starts to ease. You know that an acupuncture point is active because it's usually quite tender to touch. And even though acupuncture points do have very strict anatomical locations, you can often feel around the point for the most tender area, and that's where you should be pressing to give it a little bit of love. Well, stress and anxiety affects everybody in different ways. Some people get headaches, some people get eye strain, some people get stomach upsets. So it's good to find a point that will relieve those particular symptoms. One of my favourite points is called Taiyang, or Great Yang, and it's really easy to find. It's here in the temple area, and a lot of people like to rub that area if they're feeling stressed.
So while we intuitively sometimes might do this, that's actually an acupressure point.
It's actually stimulating an acupuncture point. And
so when we're rubbing, when we're pressing, how long, or is there a certain time that we should be doing this? Is it 2 seconds, 5 seconds?
It's really up to you. Because acupressure is safe, you can self-treat as often or as long as you need. You'll usually know that you've moved the blockage because the tender spot will start to feel a little bit better. You can feel the treatment working usually within a couple of minutes, and if you do it really well, you can feel the effects for up to a couple of days.
Wow, okay. So you can't overdose, essentially, when doing this. You can't press the point too much.
Not with finger pressure, no.
Okay, all right. So besides this one here, what else have we got that could help students in terms of their stress levels?
One of the most classic points is called Yintang, and it's probably the most easiest point to find. It's right here on the forehead, directly between the eyebrows. It's often called the third eye, and it's been used for centuries to reduce stress, anxiety, agitation. It can even help with insomnia, and if you've got a frontal headache that might be from eye pain or sinus headache, it's really good to use as well.
Okay, and so is it right in between our eyebrows?
It's right between the centre of the eyebrows.
Okay, all right, fantastic. So I expect to see students, if you're feeling stressed out, doing some of this or some of this. What other points, Adam, have we got that could be useful?
I mentioned stomach upset. A lot of people suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, which is often triggered by stress. That point is found just below the knee. Now this point has an interesting history. Its name is stomach 36, but its Chinese name translates to leg 3 mile. It's known as a tonifying point, which gives you lots of energy. And the tale goes that it was used on ancient soldiers to help them walk that extra 3 miles. Because of its connection to the stomach channel, it also helps with digestive issues. So if you're feeling bloating or you have stomach upset, try massaging that point and it'll do really good. To find the stomach 36 point, you put your hand just below the lower border of your kneecap, So you probably want your hand just a
hang
little
on.
bit higher.
Yep, okay.
Perfect. And then from here,
All right,
it's about 1 finger width to the side of the bone in your leg, which is called the tibia.
Okay.
And you'll find a little tender spot there.
Well, I'm tired, so this
So
would
this
be
will
a
be
point
good for
that I
you.
think could be very useful. All right. And so if you're feeling like you're flagging in the exam, you're running out of energy, would this be a good one to press
This
as
would
well?
be a great point to give a little rub to, yes.
Fantastic. All right. Now, one point that I've always been told is useful by my dad, though he never really explained why, was rubbing a point here. Does that actually, is that for something?
This is also a great point. This point called Hegu, or large intestine 4, not only connects to the large intestine channel, but the channel ends here on the face. And so anything to do with frontal headache, sinus pain, or eye strain, toothache, jaw pain, is really relieved by using this point.
Okay.
But this point, you must be careful if you're pregnant.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to press that one.
Because this point can stimulate labour.
No, we don't want to do that right now.
Not. So to find this point, you go between the thumb and the first finger, and you find the highest point of the muscle when these two fingers are together. Some people actually find the point more tender closer to the first metacarpal bone, but you find the point that's most tender for you, and you give that a nice little massage for several minutes.
Fantastic. Any other points that you would recommend to students?
There's another great point on the shoulders, which is also good for releasing neck strain and headache. But again, you must be very careful if you're pregnant because it has a very downward movement in your energy.
All right. Well, watch out, all my pregnant students out there.
And that point is located on the shoulders.
Okay, hang on. I'll twist around.
So to find it, it's directly halfway between the spine and the outer edge of the shoulder, on the highest point of the trapezius muscle. No, I'm not going to press that point on you right now. But if you can find someone else to do this point for, then they will love you forever because it's very relaxing, and what better way to show a friend that you're helping them relax by massaging that point. A lot of people who get stressed also naturally want to rub their neck or their shoulders, and that's because this point tends to get very tight, and so by applying pressure to this point, which is called Gallbladder 21, then you can relieve that stress.
Adam, how early on can you actually start using acupressure on yourself to help relieve stress?
Well, there's no better time than the present. Acupressure can be used at any time of the day, whenever you have a spare few minutes. And so you may as well try it right now to start feeling the effects. A really good time to do it is right before a stressful situation. So if you're about to walk into an exam, or if you're feeling overwhelmed with your study, take a little break and work on some of the points. And even the action of just having that downtime and relieving that stress and moving the chi and blood around your body can have great results. In the Chinese Medicine School in Building 4, in the clinic, we offer acupuncture, herbal medicine, and tuina massage, and all of those are great ways to help you through your study and exam period. You can get a treatment from one of our 4th year interns who have been practicing this for 4 years now, so they're very skilled and knowledgeable, and they'll be able to take your full history and what's concerning you and give you a terrific treatment to help you through the end of the year.